Hello, everybody, and welcome in. It is Saturday Night Talks, or trivia, however you want to call it.
Howdy!
And as you'll see on the screen, we are doing Easter trivia tonight. So it may pertain to food, it may not. It's just dealing with Easter. And no, tomorrow is not Easter. Easter is not until April the 20th. The reason I know that is because I was looking at mine and Piggy's anniversary, and I saw Easter the following Sunday. So our anniversary will be on Friday, and Easter will be on Sunday. So we are going to say howdy, howdy, howdy. Let's see. And there is Troy Sutton. Hello, Troy.
Joy!
And we had Miss Linda Peterson. Hey, Mama Linda coming in first this earlier today.
Mama Linda.
And we had Joey at Joe Fix It For You.
Joe Fix It For You.
And he and Miss Ginger just had an anniversary.
Yep.
And Sankey's in here. And Ms. Melinda Dobson. And
Melinda.
Melinda will definitely be keeping your mother in our prayers. I'm sorry to hear that you had to put her in hospice. And I know what it is to have to. Was it hospice? I've been at the hospital all night. Yes, all night. Moved her to hospice today. Okay, I thought I saw you say you had to put her in hospice. And like I said, I know what it is to have to sit at the hospital all night and all day. Well, thank you, Miss Melinda. And let's see, after Melinda, we had Avid, and we've got, of course, Troy. Oh, you're welcome, my darling. Like I said, I know what it is to sit at them hospitals night after night and day after day.
I'm like that really hard on a person.
Yeah, my mom, her last few weeks, put her in the hospital on January the 10th of 2010. And when she got in there, she was put on a ventilator. And they took her off the ventilator. Hey, Miss Tracy Jukowitz, welcome in, darling. They took my mom off the ventilator on January the 20th. I want to say the 26th. And January 26th is my mom's younger sister's birthday, which all of her sisters are younger than her. She's the oldest girl. But it was my Aunt Lois. It was her birthday. And my mom had made the comment, she said, she asked me what day it was, and I told her, she said, it's Lois's birthday. I said, yes. I wished I could talk to her. I said, okay, hold on a minute. I had a little cell phone that I used for emergencies. And I called my Aunt Lois. And I said, everything okay? I said, I got something to talk to you. And I gave my mom the phone, and she barely talked because of the trach had been, or not trach, but the vent tube being down her throat. And she sang happy birthday to my Aunt Lois that day. And the next day, my mom had a spell, and I had to put her back on the vent. They didn't want to, but I didn't really have a choice. Oh, man, 9.5 hours. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but sometimes you have to be that way. And
I know that night I went to the hospital. Elaine had a rough night that night.
Yeah. But so I put my mom come off the ventilator, and I had her put back on like the day or so later. She didn't want to go back on it, but she didn't really have a choice as far as I was concerned. And the doctor told me, he said, if she comes off of it again and she does not want to go back on it, I will not put her on it. I said, okay. But she didn't come back off of it. She had a real bad spell. She coded, and they got her back. And they told me to call the family in, so I did. And she passed away on February the 7th. So she lived about maybe 10 more days after she was put back on the vent. And they eventually had to put a trach tube in because she had been on that vent for so long it was messing her up. So they put a trach in. But she never left the hospital. When she went to ICU at that point, but back on the ventilator, she never came off of it. Yeah. Yeah, God bless me. He truly did, Teresa, with my mom as far as that, because I had signed a DNR from my mother. It is something laid on my heart I needed to do because she was ready to go. And when it was her time, the code called. I was there by myself. The rest of the family had gone home. They'd been to the hospital with me for over a week. And so they all went home to rest. And I was in the ICU waiting room with some other folks. And they called the code blue for the ICU. And I thought, well, that's not normal because they're not going to call a code on her. She's DNR. And hey, Lori, welcome in, hon. And then
Lori.
the nurse came out and got me. And I was on the phone with my aunt in Alabama, in Paint Rock, Alabama. She's the one that passed away in 2012. But I told her, I said, I'll call you back and let you know what's going on. I think Mom wants me. Because when I had just seen my mom like 20 minutes before that, and knowing she was bedbound and everything, she had used the bathroom and they needed to clean her up. When they got around to cleaning her up, they went to turn her over and she coded. And the nurse panicked and hit the code blue button. And she told me, she said, I'm so sorry. She said, I panicked. And I didn't, she didn't tell me that until after I saw the doctor coming toward me. And I saw the doctor coming toward me. And she said, I'm so sorry, hon. And I said, it can't be my mama because they called a code and my mama wasn't supposed to have a code called on her. She has a DNR. That was when the nurse told me she panicked and hit the code instead of letting it go. But Piggy and I talked about it. He told me, he said, that was God letting you know that there was nothing you could have done, that they could have
God's
done.
way of taking that responsibility off of your shoulders.
Yeah, let me, wondering, if I hadn't put her on a DNR, could they have saved her? No, they could not have, because the moment they turned her over, she was gone. In a split second, she was gone. There was no bringing her back. So God eased my mind in that there was nothing I could have done. There was nothing the doctors and nurses could have done. It was all on him.
You didn't have to sit there and wonder if doing a DNR was right or wrong.
Right. I made the right call for my mom, and I let her know, that I'd be okay with, she's ready to go. She was ready to go home. That was all she'd say. She's ready to go home. And so I told her it was okay, that I'd be fine. But yeah, it's hard. It really is hard when you have to make decisions like that for your family. But getting on brighter subjects, Piggy and I have 2 days off this coming week.
Tuesday and Thursday.
Got Tuesday and Thursday off, so Piggy can do his videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and post them on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
And I've got my videos done for Monday and Friday. I've got to do a What's Up Wednesday video, and then I've got my video done for the following Monday. So I'm actually doing pretty good, y'all. I'm getting caught up. And I've been working on my cookbook, my last cookbook, on the signature dishes. I have 3 or 4 more to get done as far as putting them in and then going back and doing all the story pages. But other than that, I've been working on it. And I will get that done. And it might be the second week in April or so by the time I get it done. And I know it's taken me time, but I just have not felt good the past few months. And so with not feeling good, I have just forgot about it. But I will let everybody know when it's done in case y'all are interested. And at the time I put it up, I'll put up the link for all 3 cookbooks if y'all want to order them. But let's see, it is 9 after 7 according to mine. Oh man. You can't pre-order them because of the way they're set up. It literally has to have a link for the finished cookbook, unfortunately. Because I don't even know how much they're cost yet. And now the others, the price is already set. And the links to those are in the description of my live stream. But as far as the new cookbook, like I said, it's going to have the 12 signature dishes, plus it's going to have about somewhere between 6 and 8 bonus dishes as far as the collaborations that I was in last year. I can't remember exactly how many collaborations I was in that I did videos on. So however many that is. Let's see. I know there's Noodle November. There was the uh, what is it called? Tailgating one. Then there was another one for Valentine. I think it was for Valentine's, and then had the dinner plate. The Rollers dinner plate. I did 2 for that one. I did. What is the one that Christine does is Wild Game November. I did I think it was a Croctober. Did the fall soup. I did steer simber with Derek. So there's going to be a lot of extra uh, recipes as bonus recipes for the collaborations.
Who was it? Whose kid came up with the idea of the world as your dinner plate?
That was Heavenly Hills Homestead. Brian, his son Jaden came up with that one, and I may add Piggy's recipe to it as well. It's just
my little debacle.
Yeah. Hey, it was a cute little video, very simple, one ingredient.
It was.
Yeah, so it worked out good. It just depends on if I can find the video, not the video, but the picture for it. I don't know if I have it on mine or not. I might. But yeah, I hope to have that out within the next week or next 2 weeks, because I've still got to work on all of the collaboration videos, or not videos, but collaboration recipes as well, and have them ready to go. And I've already got some of them in there. I just got to finish the rest of them. Ooh, Mama Linda, I feel for you come Monday. Abby says she thinks he made me cry on the pop-up live. Well, why'd you want to do that for? Melinda says she's so tired she couldn't chase after the cute EMTs. That's sad. And y'all, today is Tish's birthday, Pretty from Pretty and Pooch. So if anybody gets a chance, tell her happy birthday. Okay, wasn't intended to. Piggy does that all the time. There'll be people's birthday, and he don't intend to make them cry, but he does sometimes. Or not birthdays, but he'll be talking to somebody, or we'll be saying something to somebody, and he can make them cry. Just and it's not mean or an intentional thing. It's because they love what he says.
Happy, joyful tears.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get started on our Easter trivia. That pulled up there. And then, yeah, I don't know how many of y'all have StreamStar. If you can talk StreamYard and do live streams on StreamYard. But I noticed StreamYard has changed up a little bit. I don't think it's mine. I mean, it could be. Yeah.
What's that?
They've got a little thing that says present or invite that you can click on, and it allows you to like put the pictures like I do up. Instead of having to find your little thing down here to invite people or put the pictures, it's got a little box next to your picture in the basement area.
Yeah.
You can click on that, and it will go ahead and pull up that area for you to pull up your pictures or to invite somebody to come in. Which don't get me wrong, I like it. It's just it's new. Lauren just kept it secret. Okay. Okay, so Avid did something for her that Lauren kept secret. Okay. Gotcha. We're going to get ready to start on number 1. Number 1, traditionally eaten on Good Friday, these spiced buns are marked to symbolize the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. What are they? Miss Teresa Jicklet says hot cross buns. Lori says hot cross buns. Melinda said hot cross buns. Linda says hot cross buns. You know, I've never ate one of these, but I bet it would be good.
Like regular buns with some kind of icing on them.
Well, there's more to the bun, which you'll find out later on another question. Evan says piggy snacks.
That anything like a Scooby snack?
Well, listen, they're good. I bet they are good. There's a lot of things I come across on this, and I'm pretty sure it'll be good. Yeah, Lori, I'm pretty sure they're a sweet bun, just from what I've read about them. But they sound good. I would love to try them, and I might see if I can find some to try them. I would say make them, but I know that would be something else. These are better, piggy. They're better than a Scooby snack. And y'all are right, they are hot cross buns. Okay. Yeah, I know I've never had them, so. But like I said, they do look good, and they sound good. Okay. There you go. I was up till about 6 o'clock well, actually, up to about 8 o'clock this morning before I went to bed. My stomach was letting me know that I shouldn't eat all the bacon I ate yesterday. But I will never regret the bacon. Mom Linda said they made them in the hospitals. Okay. Question number 2 represents abundance and fertility, often filled with treats like chocolate eggs and candies. What is it? Lori said, yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're sweet buns, Lori. Okay, it jumped on me. Yeah, bacon is yummy, and I will always love bacon. Lori says Easter basket. Linda says Easter baskets. Teresa says Easter baskets. Brian, the Vineyard Farmhouse, hello. Welcome in. Melinda says Easter baskets. Those Easter baskets look good, but they're filled with chocolate, and I wouldn't do that to Piggy.
Do what?
I said the Easter baskets look good, but they're filled with chocolate, and I wouldn't do that to you. Now, if you put me some of them marshmallow eggs, candy coated marshmallow eggs.
If you brought some of that home right there, I'd be thinking, oh well, I get okay, Lord, if that's the way it's got to be.
No, I'm just saying, if I had Easter basket, I want the candy coated marshmallow eggs, the jelly beans.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, some hard candies, lifesavers. Josie, hello. Aww.
I'm just saying, if I ever seen you bring some of that home, I'd be like, okay, Lord, if that's how it's got to be.
Yeah. That was at Piggy. That was the first time he blessed someone and she cried. He was talking to you. He was talking about what he got Lori. I don't know what it was, but he said it's the first time he blessed someone and she cried. So I'm assuming that he was talking to you and he mentioned you in that. Where am I? Hello, Brian.
Talking
Okay.
about Lori?
Yeah. No, he was talking about Amy.
Yeah.
He said he made her cry, and it was something he had gotten for her. And Lord,
Amy's an absolute sweetheart.
she is. I love Amy.
I was ready to rumble when she talked about quitting YouTube because people have been giving her a hard time.
Yeah. Well, everybody said Easter basket. Y'all got that correct. That is an Easter basket.
She never would tell me who that was that did that to her.
I'm afraid somebody will whoop them.
I was going to whoop them through YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to make them regret.
All right, number 3. And I apologize for my voice, y'all. It's been giving me a problem. These were originally a Lenten food because the shape represented arms crossed in prayer, plus containing no eggs or dairy. What are they?
Melinda, I'm thinking every day.
I felt like it. Lori says pretzels. Linda says pretzels. Teresa said pretzels. Y'all, I'd give anything for a pretzel right about now. I like that right there. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Melinda says pretzels. Yes, I like that little pretzel. That is cute. Figure out what I'm doing here. I can see where that would be a Lenten food, but I just never associate it with it.
What, baby?
Pretzel, a Lenten, they're made for Lent.
You get land out of the dryer.
Lori says a monk made them to teach children about prayer in Lent. Yes, Melinda, with cheese sauce. Oh, yeah. Got to have the cheese sauce on those things. Or spicy mustard, but I prefer the cheese sauce. And yes, the answer is pretzels. All right. Let's see. That puts us on to number 4, don't it, y'all? Got to get rid of number 3 first, though. Okay. Number 4. These symbolize new life and rebirth.
Aaron!
Hey, Aaron. Originating from ancient pagan festivals celebrating spring's arrival. What are they? Josie said, hello, Aunt Eileen and Uncle Piggy. Actually, Lori, these are a pagan. They were pagan prior to being Christian. Easter is a pagan holiday that it was made Christian. Christmas is a pagan holiday that was made Christian.
Well, kind of like the Mexicans did, but the Spanish came down there hundreds of years ago. They substituted it, but they kept the teraphim, their idols, up underneath their little benches hid away. So they were still serving their old gods while staying alive to keep them being killed for not looking like they were serving the new god.
Linda said Easter eggs. Jethro, hey, welcome in there. He says Easter eggs.
No, Lori.
Look up Ishtar, Ishtar, and the meaning of Easter. That's all I'm going to tell you, Laura. I'm not going to argue about it, but Ishtar.
The Christians took it from the pagans.
Yeah, it was pagan prior to being Christian. I'll guarantee you, because look up Ishtar, Ishtar.
It's just a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Not only biblically, but also in what do they call that instead of being biblical? It's contemporary history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's in actual history.
Yeah. Tracy says Easter eggs.
Believe what you want, Lauren. Won't change facts.
Yeah. All right, Mama Linda.
I can tell y'all things about Paul that's in actual history that y'all wouldn't like either.
Thank you, Jethro.
Go say.
Yeah, Mama Linda's going to head to the wood chip, so we'll hold the fort down for you, Mama Linda. And yes, these are Easter eggs. And let me get that one taken down from there.
Lori, like she said, just look up Ishtar.
Yeah,
and study that out.
I let everybody come to their own conclusions on that, because
even in the Bible, false gods like that were mentioned.
Yeah.
And how long they had been around.
Yeah.
It's there.
That's the only reason
search it out.
Just even searching out stuff on this is how I come across a lot of it over the past 3 years. All right, we're on to number 5. This symbolizes Jesus Christ in Christian theology, representing sacrifice and redemption. What is it?
I can tell you stuff about that too, Lori. You need to do some further research, hon.
Okay, so Lori says lamb. Melinda says lamb of God. Teresa says lamb. Jethro says lamb. Oh, me. And that is a pretty little lamb. All white with that little nose there. Josie said, man. Where am I at? Here I am. That one down. Clear that off. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to have me a throat lozenge. I tell y'all what, I'll be glad when these Bradford pears stop blooming. They've been about to kill me lately. I started doing better. And then I noticed all these Bradford pears around here had already bloomed. And within about 2 days of that, I got to where I couldn't breathe, couldn't swallow, barely eat. We're on number 6. What food is traditionally eaten on Good Friday in the UK? Now, I know it's very popular on Fridays here in the United States, because when I worked at Hardee's years ago, they had a fish sandwich. Excuse me, done gave you the answer. and that was our only number. Well, it was our number one seller on Fridays. But it looks like I've already had quite a few answered. Or is it fish, fish, fish? Josie said fried cod. It might be fried cod, but I was just going for fish, y'all, because it is fish. But yeah, that is a number one seller on Fridays, and during Lent, it is most especially a number one seller, especially on Good Friday. I think we sold more fish during Lent and on Good Friday than we did any other time of the year. And I ain't got a problem with that because I like fish. Derek Fowler, welcome in, welcome in.
Derek, what's up, bro?
I saw Derek caught a fish and he went fishing.
Yeah, he did. He threw up his short on that beef stew, too.
Oh, man. We're on number 7. What dried fruit do you typically find in hot cross buns? And this is what makes me think they are a sweet bun and not a savory bun. Hey, Melinda, I like catfish. Y'all saw my video Friday. Y'all know that. Melinda says raisins. Lori said raisins. Jethro says raisins. Josie said raisins.
He said, "Jenna, cut it. Let him reel it in. He's good at editing." Derek, we might have to question your man card.
Nah. Hey,
but I'll give you this: when it comes to food, women are going to be better anyhow. Because you ever kind of get in the way of a hungry woman and her food, it ain't pretty.
For me, it depends on what the food is. You come between me and my brisket, me and my prime rib, we're gonna have a fight. Just saying.
No, you come in between her being hungry and a good brisket, you gonna draw back some nubs.
Yeah, probably. Just saying.
You ain't gonna have nothing to fight with.
And that is raisins, of course. Raisins are good. You know, I'm not big on raisins. I will eat them. Not big on them. I like prunes. And I like dried apricots. But the funny thing is, I don't like plums. And I'm not real big on apricots. But I'll eat the dried version of them. And I'm not real big on grapes. Not real big on raisins either, but I do eat raisins. You know, it's just... Oh, man, Jethro, you live in Texas and you never had brisket before?
Oh, my gracious.
Find you a really good barbecue joint and go get you some brisket. All I got to tell you. If they ask if you want it moist, say yes. Melt in your mouth. I tell you what. If you don't find a good, I'll look up areas, barbecue joints in your area.
Are you anywhere near Dallas? You're somewhere near Dallas. Hit up Pooch. That pretty Pooch.
Mm-hmm.
And ask him where some good ones are. I guarantee you he knows.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not big on the raisins. I don't know. There's just something about raisins. I will eat raisins in a salad. I will eat them like in carrot raisin salad and stuff like that. I'll eat them. And I will eat them in my carrot cake. But I just do not like them. in other foods. I never have.
Well, it says also if you won't burn in, say yes.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Used to have a double cheese prime rib from Quiznos where they closed down. Those are good, but actual prime rib, not sandwich, and like just the
I don't think
prime
I ever
rib.
been to a Quiznos.
We have, yeah, once with you. I've been there several times before, but
I
yeah,
don't remember it.
yeah, it
Must
wasn't that.
not have been that impressive.
That's what I was supposed to say. It wasn't that impressive. Yeah, now my mom could sit and eat a box of raisins all day long. Same with grapes. She could sit there and eat grapes all day long.
Same
She loved
here.
them. Yeah, Piggy loves grapes and he loves raisins.
Me and you, mama, had a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
We got along real good.
Burnt ends are good, Jethro. I'm just gonna say you need to try a sample platter. That's all I can tell you. Never had raisin pie, but then again, like I said, I'm not big on raisins. So, I don't know, cinnamon. I could put cinnamon in just about anything. I love cinnamon. Oh yeah, Melinda. Prime rib is totally different than brisket. Prime rib is it's the best.
Let's just say Elaine taught me the difference too.
Yeah,
Just like she taught me the difference between well done and medium rare.
yeah. Brisket is oh man. Josie said like seedless grapes. Now I will eat the cotton candy seedless grapes on occasion, but I'm just not big on them.
So I was never big on steak because I always had it well done. So, you know, it wasn't all that much to me.
Well, Jethro, brisket and prime rib are not seafood or fish of any kind.
Yeah, it's straight up beef.
Yeah, it's all beef. All right, we're on to number 8.
And something to bet, especially if you get it from someplace that knows how to cook it.
At the Last Supper, what food did Jesus liken to his body?
Lord, if you don't get that one, I'll be disappointed in you.
Josie said biscuits. Teresa said bread. Actually, Lori, that is unleavened bread because I pulled up unleavened bread and that was what it showed for it. And it was on a recipe for unleavened bread. So that is unleavened bread. Melinda said unleavened bread. He likened his body unto bread. It was unleavened bread that he ate, but he likened his body unto bread. Take this bread and eat. Bread is his body, and the wine was his blood. And the answer is bread. Let's see. On to number 9. Biggie can't have these. Which sweet treat is most commonly associated with Easter?
Oh, no, can't have that. Lord said, why are there cracks from leavening in that bread?
I make unleavened bread and it has cracks in it. It's just the way the bread's made. Okay, Mama Linda, she's back again, y'all.
Mama Linda. She's back. She's back.
Rabbit, chocolate. Linda said eggs. Teresa said chocolate bunny and chocolate eggs. You can have his share, Melinda. She said, chocolate. Sorry, Piggy. I'll take your share.
Take all you want.
Jethro said, chocolate bunny and chocolate eggs.
I got no desire for none of it.
That's funny, Linda. Bunny, you know what? Haha, giggle. Yeah,
Which
he's going to
end
lose his ears.
Which end you going to start on, Mama Linda? The ears or the butt?
Y'all are correct. It is chocolate bunny and chocolate eggs. I started the ears. Linda said she'd leave you the coconut, Piggy.
Okay.
Derek said they don't have chocolate bunnies there, just the furry ones like that. Like, hey, I understand. We used to have a cat, female cat. She harvested the baby bunnies. She learned if she left the mom and daddy alone that she'd have babies. And
when they got to a certain age, while they're still nice and tender,
she called them.
That's it.
And now our oldest male cat, he does the same thing. He learned from her.
He's getting fatter too because he's doing that.
Then he said, I will take the coconut because I is a nut. Ha ha, giggle. Hey, that's me. I never claimed to be anything but a nut. I'm a crack nut, but I'm a nut.
I'm a crack nut so old that even the ooey gooey black inside is done dried up and about to become a powder and blow away.
Oh, I do. I love coconut. Coconut. My favorite coconut is the coconut icing for a German chocolate cake. That is my all-time favorite coconut is that.
Used to be my favorite cake until.
Yeah. Some of you may not know what I'm talking about. Some of you may. But the coconut bars that they used to sell in a lot of the stores that had on the candy aisle, they had the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry coconut. I guess they're called coconut slices. Is that what they were called? I always thought that was the colors they come in. I didn't realize coconut was just all white. But those, oh man, they were so good. My mama loved them things too. Jethro's never tried coconut.
Oh man.
Jethro, I just gotta ask, son. They've been hiding you in a closet somewhere?
Well, you raised up being one of those picky kids just because you didn't like the way it looked.
Laura asked him if they've been living under a rock. I mean, hey, we got to try our coconut. Unless you're allergic to it. And if you're allergic to it, I can understand not eating it.
And somebody had posted one on Facebook. It showed a bunch of bugs. It was misty. It said $1,000 a bug. How much money? What are you walking away with? I put on there, I'm walking away penniless and hungry because I ain't that hungry yet. I ain't that desperate yet.
Derek says, I tried to smoke a rabbit once. It didn't go well. My truck tires would be more tender. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, those were good candies. They had the best candy when we were up. Chico sticks. Oh, peanut butter loaves. Oh.
Right.
And then they said them coconut slices. And
coconut is like it's like tofu or rice or something. It'll take on the flavor of whatever it is you put it with. It just enhances it. I know, Melinda, that don't work for you.
Yeah, fresh is best. True. Yeah, fresh coconut I love, but I'll eat coconut.
Or so you're going to try the crock pot next time. Yeah, you have a lot of love for that crock pot.
Oh, Derek. Barbecued rabbit in the crock pot. I'm going to tell you, cook it down in the crock pot real good until it's tender. Debone it, get all the meat in there, and then whatever barbecue sauces and seasonings you want put in there and let it cook again. That makes the best barbecued rabbit. Only time I'd ever had rabbit in my life. And that's how they made it. Oh my God, it was so good. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was good.
It were good. It were good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I ain't never had it.
You never had rabbit.
No.
Well, you probably won't never have rabbit unless somebody else cooks because I ain't paying that price for a rabbit. Just saying. Unless Gray brings us a rabbit up here, we ain't eating none.
Who?
Gray.
Oh.
But he won't share.
Good luck getting it from him.
Yeah, rabbit is yummy. It's good.
He'll be with it like a little bit was.
Derek, I can explain how to do stuff all day long, whether I do it or not, because I know the concept of it. But
It's the cost.
For me, it's the cost. It's cost prohibitive for me and Piggy because we don't eat enough. That's like we used to love going to a buffet. We would get our money's worth when we went to a buffet.
Oh,
Now,
I'd hit them hard.
Yeah, now, no more than what we eat. It's more cost prohibitive for us to go to a sit-down restaurant and let them bring the food out to us because we can bring it home with us. On a buffet, you don't get to do that. If you don't eat it, it just sits there. I'll have to check our butcher shop and see if they've got rabbit. I haven't really looked around. Yeah, Justin, I know deer is good. I know that rabbit is good. I've had elk at one point, I think. It was an elk burger. I would love to try bison. I know that duck is good. Goose, I ain't going there with goose. Yeah, I ain't fond of that.
I'd like to eat some goose.
Yeah, just say they do. They do put a lot of the food in their purses and stuff. Well, Piggy, if you want a goose,
I don't want to pay that price.
I started to say we'll see about getting one, putting it in the freezer. We'll have it for Christmas.
I don't want to pay that price.
Yeah, for no more than what you get.
I'd rather go get that slab of brisket I saw at the butcher shop than pay the price for that goose.
Yeah, little goose is a little over half the price of that brisket. And I ain't fond of it. We bought one year when I lived in Kentucky.
I don't know about that. Them goose are bigger than turkey.
Yeah, some of them are, some of them aren't.
So
I mean, it just depends, what you get. But we had ham. Let's see, we had ham. We had a goose. I think Mama cooked a roast. So we had pretty much, different. Everybody could eat something. In other words, and
stuff like it's kind of like lobster. It used to be a common thing and not that big, and they just fed it to prisoners because
Yeah.
Now you pay a fortune for it.
Yeah, Lord, that's what I said. You don't get a lot of meat off of a goose. They're big bone, and so for the size, you really don't get a lot of meat. You have a lot of carcass, but not a lot of meat. Oh, I'd love a bison steak.
I wouldn't mind trying shark steak.
Depending on type of shark, because there is a lot of toxicity in the meat from sharks. And you have to be prepared a certain way.
Well, that's like the blowfish. You have to prepare it a certain way. You got to know what you're doing with it. Didn't say I just wanted to try it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to try it, I'm going to try it from somebody that knows what they're doing, how to cook it.
Most definitely. Derek said you couldn't see the geese in my video, but you sure could hear them.
I heard them.
I hear geese all the time.
We got them around here.
Linda said chicken inside of a goose, then inside of a large turkey is great. Now I've heard of the turducken, which is the turkey, the duck, and the chicken. I've never heard of one with a goose, but I'm sure you can do that. Yeah. I don't like geese. I don't like eating a goose. I don't like being around geese. I'm just no. I've been bit by too many geese. All right, we're on to number 10, y'all.
Derek, you were too close to their babies.
Yeah, I ain't getting nowhere around no geese if I can help it.
That's why they get upset.
All right, number 10. What are the small yellow baby birds associated with Easter called? Yeah, geese are mean. They are. Lori says chicks. The Canadian chickens running around my sister's neck. Yeah, I'm not big on the geese, that's for sure. Jetro said chicks. Lori said peeps. Linda said baby chickens. Josie said chicks. Derek said chicks. Linda said chicks. Teresa said chicks. Jetro said peeps. Princess says chicks. The answer for this one is chicks. The small yellow baby birds are chicks. And around Easter time, a lot of people like to take and dye them different colors. Then they give them to their kids as pets, and then they die after a few weeks because kids don't take care of them. Personally, I feel if you're going to give a kid a pet, don't do it around a holiday. Don't do it for the birthday. Do it just because, and you think they're ready for it. Don't go out and just do stuff like that.
That's cruel to the animal.
It is because if you there's statistics stating if you buy animals like this, whether it's baby ducks, baby chicks, whatever, around Easter time, the majority of them die simply because the kids don't know how to take care of them. They want to hold them and water them all the time.
They want them because they think they're cute, then they get tired of them.
Yeah, and then if you buy animals for your kids around the holidays, within a month or two, they're at the pound. So you just, let's just don't do that. It is cruel.
Yep. If I had animals, I'd be keeping them. I'd be keeping them where I could dispatch them for feed.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take good care of them until that time. And I'm going to be quick about how I dispatch them.
Yeah. What marshmallow candy is shaped like a chick or bunny at Easter time?
Ew.
Y'all, Piggy knows this one.
Nasty.
Lori said, I'm not a fan of peeps. Teresa said peeps. Jethro says peeps. What is it? Bunny's candy. Josie says peeps. Melinda says, speaking of peeps. Derek says, I just said it. Marshmallow. Yeah, Derek had just said marshmallow peeps would be good right now. Now, what do I put on the screen? My thing is not the artificial coloring. It's not even the marshmallow. It's all that sugar.
Derek, you can have all you want of mine.
My cousin loves these things. At Halloween, she likes to find the orange ones, the orange chick peeps or whatever, or ghosties or whatever. And then,
as far as I'm concerned, they nasty.
Yeah, as a kid, they were good. Now they just nothing but pure sugar. And they are peeps. That is correct. They are way too sweet. So if I'm going to eat a marshmallow, I think I want to make my own. Got a recipe on how to do it. I might do that.
Good.
Make my own marshmallow fluff. Oh, no, I love candy corn. It's too sweet, but I love candy corn.
I love candy corn.
I tell you what, I'll give the ones that want my peeps, and I'll take their candy corn.
There you go.
Because me and Petey can share that candy corn. Or them candy pumpkins that have the harvest blend. We like those too. I love the pumpkins.
Derek sugar may taste good, but it ain't good.
Yeah.
It's as addictive as cocaine. That's why you see that they have to keep adding more and more sugar to sweets to keep people wanting to buy it.
Oh,
Because
speaking of.
they get used to the certain amount and then they need more.
Speaking of,
Just like a drug.
I found a recipe on the Tickety Talkie.
Tickety talkie.
Yeah, for homemade oatmeal cream pies. Amish style homemade oatmeal cream pies.
That might be doable.
Yeah.
I love oatmeal pie, but they've made them so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even eat them.
Yeah, it's Piggy and I love donuts. We can't eat donuts anymore. Last time we ate donuts, we got sick.
So that's just like, you can make sweets with molasses and other natural sweeteners like that. It'll always be sweet enough.
Yeah.
But with sugar, you get used to it and you have to have more and more sugar. And you also notice that you have to wean yourself off of sugar when you're trying to cut down on sugar. That's a drug, folks.
Yeah. All right. Number 12, which is one coming out. There's two different names for this one. One is the original German name. I think it's German. And the other name is what it is called here. If you don't know either, that's fine. I did not know the German name of it until I pulled that. And then number 14, if you don't know it, that's fine. It is a Russian name. So you might know what it is. I knew what it was when I saw it, but it doesn't mean anything in that. But I'm going to put these up. If you know them, you know them. If you don't, well, of course, we don't. Number 12. What is the traditional German Easter cake called? And this is a traditional German Easter cake.
Really?
Yep.
Looks like a humpless camel. Guess it could be a sheep. But it looks like a humpless camel. Just saying.
Well, which would you associate with Easter? Lori said, can't remember the name. It's a lamb. Linda said, I've got the mold for that lamb.
Yeah, but see, you got there 3 sections in the head. It looks like a humpless camel.
Yeah.
It don't look like a sheep should be.
Linda said, it looks like it belongs in the nativity scene. Josie said, better lamb. All right. The German word for this cake is called Osterlamb. And I'm going to pull this back up so I can spell this. Osterlamm. Osterlamb. We call it the Easter lamb cake.
Osterlamb.
Osterlamb is the German word for it. An Easter lamb cake is what it is called here.
Still looks like a humpless camel to me.
Derek said it's a chubby goat with no ears.
There you go.
Yeah, I've seen those molds, Mama Linda. There's just an Easter lamb cake. Yes, it is an Easter lamb cake. And it is an interesting looking cake. Just going to say that. It is interesting looking.
I'll give it interesting looking. I don't know about anything else.
Okay. Number 13. Mama Linda, this one's for you. What is the traditional meat served on Easter Sunday in many households?
And it's not EMT a la carte either.
Lori said ham. Linda said spiral cut piggy. Linda, spiral cut ham. Yeah, when I was looking for ham, I had to get a spiral cut just for Mama Linda. Derek said spiral sliced ham, OMG. Can you imagine a smoked spiral cut ham, Derek? Oh man, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Josie said ham. Jethro said spiral cut ham. And it is ham, y'all. We know it's ham just by the looks of it. All that goodness. Might take us a few days to get through it, but oh man, I could do it happily. I love ham.
I'd get a little bit of it.
I'd share.
I'd get a little bit of it. Be kind of like when she makes cookies. She might get a little bit of it.
I'll make 4 or 5 dozen cookies when I make a batch of cookies. I might get 6 or 7 of them.
Right. That's why I say it.
Mm-hmm. Right, on to number 14. Let's see if anybody knows what this is.
That spiral cut ham, it'd be the same difference.
What?
It'd be on her end.
What is the traditional Easter cake in Russia called? I have actually seen these in
That
Aldi.
actually looks half decent.
Oh yeah, Derek. Smoked ham is good. Linda said, big smile on her face is eating it. Lori said, no clue on what this is called. Yeah, they actually have these at Aldi, and I think I'm going to get one this next time when I see it. So we can try it. That does look good. Tracy says she didn't know what it was either. Okay. Jethro says it does look good. Jethro says no clue. I don't know if it has raisins in it or not, Lori. I know it's probably got cinnamon, but I don't see raisins in it.
Oh, it ain't got no chocolate in there. I'm good. Yeah, Derek, Russia has become fairly largely Christian now.
Yeah. They're Orthodox, Russian Orthodox. It's their,
That's why he's been offering a lot of those refugees over there that are being persecuted to come to Russia.
Yeah. Well, the name of this cake is called a kulich cake, or kulich cake, Kulich, kulich. And I've heard of them. I've seen them, and they look good. They smell good when you smell them.
Kulich.
Kulich, Kulich.
CH is a K.
Yeah, kulich. And like I said, they all I know is they look good, they smell good, and I want to try one. But and if we do get one, we will try it on video, or I'll try it on video. So I'll show you what it is. And I will let you know what it has in it because I'll read the ingredients.
Well, that's just where that fire is.
Yeah, I got one that stumped everybody that time. I gotta have one in the bunch that stumps everybody. All right, number 15. Last one. What flower is often associated with Easter?
Everybody should know that one.
Yeah, Mama Linda, it is a bread-like texture, a soft bread texture, but it is a cake-like bread. Lori said Easter lily. Linda said lily of the valley. Linda says lilies. Teresa said Easter lily. And if you have cats, Jethro says lilies, you do not want these in your home. It is toxic to cats, just like poinsettias are toxic to cats.
Really?
Yeah, very toxic to cats. That is why we will, as long as we have cats, we will never have lilies or poinsettias in our house.
The way they've been getting wiped out, it won't be long before we
Yeah.
can have those.
Not that I would have them anyway. But yeah, this is a lily. The answer is lilies. Right now, the only plant I have growing is my mint plant that was given to me at the meetup at Biggins last year. I think it was last year, wasn't it? Or was it the year before?
It was last year.
It was last year. It was the first meetup, but not the second one. It was the one that the Butlers were at, the first one. That was in April, I want to say.
Okay.
April. So it's been right at almost a year since it was given to us. Oh man. Derek said laugh out loud around here at Spark Blossom because of all the beans I cook. Derek, I don't have to have beans to make the farts blossom. All right, now we'll see you later, Mama Linda. You have a good evening.
Night, Mama Linda.
No, you need your rest, my darling. And we're fixing to get off here in just a minute.
Really?
Yeah, here in a minute. Who was at the earlier one, the first one, Derek? The one that was in August was on Piggy's birthday. That's the one that you and Regina were at, and that Johnny and Christine and Jesse and Lisa and Ginger and Joey and them were at. The one before that, I think, was around in April, first or second part of April. And that was the one that Webb's Webb was at the one in August as well, but he was at the first one in April. And he brought the mint to Susan. And Susan shared it with me and Ginger. Trying to think who else was there. I know Ginger and Joy and Susan and Jerry Butler were there. And Ralph at Webb's Webb was there. And we were there. My mind ain't working on if there was anybody. I can't think. My mind went blank on if there was anybody else there. But that was the first time we'd met there with them, and I got the mint then, and it was just a very small sprig, and
it's doing pretty good.
It's doing good now. For the first couple of months, it was like it would grow out, and then it just kind of wither down, and I'd trim it back. Now it's kind of bushing out and getting stronger stems and things on it. So it actually looks pretty good. And the only thing I do is take it, the little pot that it's in, out of the other pot that it's sitting in, put water in there, set it back down in there, and put it back over next to the window and let it have its way. Yeah, Derek, that was a great one. It truly was. I just wished I had felt better that day. I was messed up from the floor up that day. But I enjoyed
it. She endured because I was having a good time.
It was Piggy's birthday, and I endured and I enjoyed it because he was having a good time and everybody else was having a good time. And as long as I could sit down I was doing good. If I, when I got up and tried to walk around, I was kind of wobbly
And don't get me wrong,
yeah.
as long as I stood up that day, enjoying that day, I paid for it later, but it was worth it.
Oh yeah, that was a great day. It truly was. But like I said, we did the Easter one today. I don't know what we're going to be doing next week or the week after, but Piggy and I will probably do a little bit of a video on the 18th for our anniversary. We are going out to Outback for our anniversary. I've never been there, and I always wanted to go. So we're going to go to Outback Steakhouse, enjoy ourselves, and it'll be 10 years that we've been married this year.
Yeah.
So I figure, we deserve.
In 10 years, we've lived 50 years worth of marriage.
Yeah, we've been together for 12, but we've been married for 10.
And we lived 50 years worth of marriage in that time.
Yeah. Yeah, Derek, I know you and Jim both probably had a rough day the next day. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah.
Now, y'all had a long trip. We Georgians ain't like them Texans. We ain't used to 3 or 4 hour trips anywhere we go. Texas, you gonna drive 3 to 8 hours anywhere you go just in Texas.
I don't know if I'm going to do an anniversary feeds trivia or not, Melinda. I might do something on anniversary feeds. I really don't know.
Heard a lot of them Texans talk about going to so and so's. Oh, they're only about 3.5 hours away. I'm like, holy cow, that's almost going through Georgia.
I understand that, Tracy. You must have had a long drive. 12-hour trip home this morning, left at 3:30. Didn't get home till 1:30. She thinks around 1:30. It's about 12-hour drive, yeah.
Texas is like a country of its own.
Oh, yeah. Well, y'all, it is almost 8:15. My tummy's been growling at me for the last hour. And I'm going to see if I can find something to nibble on. So
Nibble.
Yeah, nibble. Oh, banana bread sounds good, Jose. I ain't got no bananas to make no banana bread with, though. But he likes banana bread.
I do. Love bread.
Yeah, if I had pimento cheese, I've got everything but the pimentos to make the pimento cheese with. I'd have to do jalapeno cheese instead of pimento cheese. But Teresa said, yeah, Northern Illinois to Southern Tennessee, straight down. Whew, I understand. You must have went I-24. No, yeah, Illinois, I-24 all the way down through Paducah and on down through Clarksville. I feel for you. I really do. But I want to say, everybody, please have a good evening. If y'all can and will, join us tomorrow night on Piggy's channel for the Piggy Way, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And like I said, I've got my videos up for next week already, other than Wednesdays. I've got up bologna gravy for Monday, beef stew my way for Friday, and then the following Monday, I have one up for sausage and onion with grits. It's Polish sausage and onion with grits. So if you could, check those out when they come up. And I thank y'all for watching. We love y'all so much. Bye, y'all.